Here from Williams Stadium tonight, the Liberty Flames suffer their second setback in as many weeks here tonight at the hands of the St. Francis Red Flash. 13-7 the final score this evening, alongside Matt Camiri, former Flames offensive lineman. My name is Nick Pierce. Well, Matt, this was a defensive showdown through pretty much the first half of the ball game, really all night. If you look at it, St. Francis held to less than 300 yards of offense. Liberty just a little over 300 yards here this evening. But overall, the Flames still didn't really have enough answers offensively here tonight, and I think it was a little surprising just to see the way that they came out tonight.
Nick, surprising might be the best word to describe it, because we saw on paper that St. Francis was a really good defensive team. But when you look at their schedule, they haven't really played a tough schedule yet. They're allowing 8.3 points a game on average, and we saw that tonight. Liberty with one touchdown tonight. They just played really well. Their 3-4 defensive front really threw Liberty for a loop. Had some different packages where they were bringing a lot of pressure offside. We just could not seem to find an answer for some of those pressures.
Usually we recap the scoring at this point. There's not a whole lot of it to recap. We'll get into it here, though. Late in the second quarter, just before halftime, St. Francis able to get on the board. A 9-yard touchdown pass from St. Francis quarterback Bear Fenimore to Matt Valenzuela, the big tight end. That made it 6-0 Red Flash. Extra point wound up being blocked and nearly returned the other way by Jeremy Peters, but 6-0 would be the score heading into halftime. Late in the third quarter, St. Francis would add its second score. Beautiful throw, beautiful catch here from Cameron Lewis, the All-American wide receiver. 23-yard touchdown strike from Bear Fenimore. Matt, they had double coverage. The Flames did, but just a better throw and catch.
It was absolutely a perfect ball by Fenimore. Great catch by Cameron Lewis. He went up, sort of split the defenders at the last second, kind of, and had to slow up and reach back for the ball. Just a great athletic play. I know our DBs had even said that in our post-game wrap-up on the radio show, and they just could not believe how athletic that play was that he made for the touchdown.
Yeah, that's a play that we had seen on tape from St. Francis a couple of times earlier this year, but Liberty would get on the board finally late in the fourth quarter. 32-yard touchdown pass from Buckshot Calvert to Cephas Reddick, the first for Cephas Reddick, and that made it 13-7 after the point-after attempt, but Liberty fails at the onside kick. St. Francis recovers, and they're able to put this thing away here.
They really were. St. Francis defense just really stepped up to the challenge, was able to create a lot of turnovers, and Liberty had struggled to try and get the ball back a number of times. Cephas Reddick did have that long touchdown, and we saw when Liberty was able to get back to their, core offense, their base offense, what we've seen in the beginning of the season, sort of a faster tempo, down the field stretching them type of offense. After running some good run plays up the middle on the outside, they were able to get in a little bit of rhythm, but St. Francis always had an answer. They were able to create turnovers and then put the game away.
Yeah, turnovers a big part in this thing. 4 of them for the Flames, especially in the second half. Flames turned it over, driving down the field with less than a minute to go. They're trying to get back in the game, trying to essentially tie or take the lead there at the end. Another turnover at the end cost the Flames, and they fall again here tonight by the final of 13-7. Afterwards, we had a chance to catch up with the head coach of the Flames, Turner Gill, and some of the Flames players.
We never got a rhythm. Once we kind of got something going, then something would happen in a negative way, and we just weren't able to capitalize on overcome those, I guess is what you want to say. But again, our guys played hard. I really was excited about that they continue to compete, they continue to believe, and they continue to play hard all the way until the last whistle. So we'll watch this tape, and we got to get some things straightened out on the offensive side, particularly defensively. I think we just a little bit later on tackling-wise, we didn't tackle quite as well later on. But again, we'll learn from it.
We started to get it going, but we started very slow, and it showed in the beginning of the game. And it's very hard going against a team who's very well coached and well sound on defense to fight from behind all game and try to make something happen.
They had some pretty good receivers. I took my hat off to them. They're well coached and they're very athletic, and they're a good team. Man, when you're playing a good team, you got to limit your mistakes. And 2 plays and they scored on was some mistakes. One of them was a great play by the kid. The other one was a mistake. But man, we just got to come out next week, take the bye week and prepare for Kennesaw State.
Well, Matt, the Flames' rushing attack also didn't really get it going here this week. 3.8 yards per carry. We saw them try to go to it several times throughout the night. Top Macon made his return as well. Only 5 carries for him. Overall, though, again, the turnovers, Coach Gill hit on it in the post-game show. What did the St. Francis defense do to take Liberty out of what it does?
I think St. Francis, they didn't do much. They just played hard-nosed football. I think that's really what it was. They did disguise a lot of their coverages and was able to bring a lot of pressure. Like I mentioned, backside pressure killed the Flames tonight. They really did them in. Saw Buckshot get hit a couple times. He even got hit and the ball squirted out for a fumble right at the end of the game to sort of seal the deal for St. Francis there. But it was just really backside pressure. That was really one of the biggest things we saw on a 4th and 1 stop on the 2-yard line going in for the Flames. Backside pressure stopped the run there and turned the ball over on downs there. So they really didn't do too much. They stuck with what they know. And, in a 3-4 type of defense, you can bring pressure from anywhere because you can walk up one of your outside backers. So I don't think they did too much. They had a good game plan coming in to slow down our high-powered offense and just stuck with it the entire game.
All right, well, with the win, St. Francis goes to 3-1 on the season. With the loss, Liberty falls to 3-2. And the Flames now head into the bye week. They'll have an open date coming up before homecoming weekend coming up here in 2 weeks. Liberty will take on Kennesaw State here at Williams Stadium, 6 p.m. kickoff 2 weeks from tonight. So homecoming weekend, looking forward to that. And hopefully the Flames will be able to get back on track here with a W. Until then, for Matt Camiri, my name is Nick Pierce for the Liberty Flames Sports Network.